On now.
Close up on that. That's the pick Max gave me. This video is going out to Max Furman PQ3. Max, this is a little bit of a demo for the Furman PQ3, the parametric 3-band equalizer. Now mine's a really old one. It's called a green face or a green top. It's got the red knobs, so it's got the preamp gain, and this is on and off. So I'll show you. So this is on, and this is off. So this is just the preamp, so you can turn it down. When you turn it down, you're essentially turning it off. Okay. So here are the 3 bands: it's the low band, the mid band, the high band, and I'll show you the way I've set it up. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pretty much set. This is a 100-watt Marshall, so we're setting it flat. Now that doesn't mean that we're turning off all the tones. We're setting them conservatively at around, 12 o'clock. Everything around 12 o'clock. The only thing that's not 12 o'clock, the preamp's at 12 o'clock on the amp, but the master volume is low because if I turn it up, it's way too loud. Okay, so we're setting it way back. So now we're going to engage the actual EQ portion of this unit here. So you can hear that it's got quite a lot of juice in it. So I don't really use the low band. I'm essentially using the mid band and the high band. And this is what I do. So I select a frequency. It's hard to see here because the light isn't so good, but this frequency I'm selecting is around 800K, 800 hertz. Okay. So, and the only reason I'm doing it this way because it really demonstrates what the PQ3 is really capable of. So I'm narrowing the band down. I'm cranking the what they call it, the EQ. It's in dB. This is really the level. Okay, and so now I'm going to sweep across the frequency in hertz. So just listen to this. So I'm selecting around 800, which is around there. So now that's 800, very narrow band. So this widens, this broadens the amount of EQ that's going in. So listen to this. So if it's too narrow, you'll end up with a sound like this, which is it's nasally. You might want to use it for a solo, but you wouldn't want to use it for your sound. So. But listen to this sound. Next thing I'm going to do, so I've set that one. That one sounds pretty sweet to me. So I'm going to take that gain and pull it right down to nothing, because then what I want it wiped so I can work on this one. And this one I'm going to use less than this one, but I'm still going to use it. So I need to do more or less the same thing. Crank up the gain to full. Okay, narrow the band down and then sweep. Go across and find a frequency that I kind of like. So listen. So that's around 1K. That's a couple hundred hertz up from 800K, right? So that's around 1,000 hertz. So same thing with the narrow band. Broaden it out a little bit. That also adds some dB in that particular case. You can really play with that. Now if you were to just add the mid one, listen to the difference. got this kind of set up the way I want it. Now I'm going to work on the amp a little bit so you can listen. I'm going to fine tune it with the amp more for the room and for the cabinet. Okay, so listen to what I do here. So I'm not using the low band. I'm not really interested in that one for bass. This one, the Marshall, actually adds some really good bass. So listen to what it does. Pretty nice tight bottom end. I'm leaving the presence there. Listen what the amp does, what the mid does. It's adding a lot of stuff that I'm not so crazy about, so I'm going to leave that where it was, and the treble really changes the sound of the amp. So listen to this. Starting off at nothing. I think I'm getting everything I need mainly from here. So this, the preamp, could go up. But it's also going to add a lot of buzz and a lot of noise.
Just don't do that.
Okay,
Hurts my ears.
Yeah, so I'm gonna back it off. Now, if I was gonna crank that up, and if I was gonna crank this up, I would back both these levels off, so they're not on full. All right. That's with them on full. That's it. Over and out. Thanks for the pick, Max.